It's a brutal era of endless war, providing the chosen tallyman of Nurgle, Epidemius, countless opportunities to spread, observe, and catalog the Plague Lord's myriad glorious diseases.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Adventures of Epidemius, and this is of course a campaign where we are using mods to change from the vanilla steamrolling experience where the game is only challenging in the very early going and very quickly gets stale, turn it into a proper Total War experience, which I'm hoping all of these campaigns on this channel, I hope to have at least 100 turns or so, sometimes more than that even, of the campaign continuing to feel challenging. It does mean slowing down the pace of things, reducing our campaign movement speed here on the campaign map, reducing replenishment rate, making garrisons much more difficult, things like that. So far so good. It's turn 31, and as you can see, we're only still here in the starting area. We have finished taking on the Tzeentchian faction that you start out up against, and then I forget, the Blue Scribes, is that who it is? Anyway, then we subsequently went to war with Malice Darkblade, and we wiped him out. We've kind of been playing nice so far with Godslayer, just so that I don't have to worry about the Eastern Front very much, while we focus over here on the Western Front. We did get threatened by Sigvald. We actually paid him a little bit of money. What I'm kind of hoping is that Sigvald, who is far stronger than we are, as you can see, he's strength rank 14 here, got a lot more red than green, so he's definitely a concern. What I'm kind of hoping is that with us, actually let me look at him again. He's not at war with anybody. I'm kind of hoping that with us having paid him a little bit of money, he will turn his eyes elsewhere for the time being. Maybe go to war with, well, it's not going to be Norska probably, but I don't know. Sometimes he goes to war with Malice, or maybe somebody, I don't know, somebody across the water maybe. But anyway, the hope is that he gets a little bit distracted, which would then give us an opportunity to sneak our armies over here and hopefully take the Twisted Towers. This is what we did against Malice, is we were able to sneak in and take his capital right away, and then over time defeat his armies and defeat him like that. So that's kind of my thinking vis-a-vis Sigvald, but like I said, right now he's a little bit on the strong side, so we're going to have to build our armies up a bit more. Now, we do have Epidemius up here. He's up to 4 Exalted Plague Bearers. That's good. We do want to focus on the Plague Bearers and the Exalted Plague Bearers in his army. We do have the secondary army here of Vashnar. Now, our economy is getting to the point now where we have to start worrying about recruiting any more units and being able to sustain them. Now, we're going to also begin this episode with this land encounter. This is one of the mods that we're using. So, yeah, I don't exactly know what to expect from things like this. So let's go ahead and hop into this land encounter battle and start this episode off with the battle here. Oh, I can't reach it. Oh no, I was kind of... Yeah, 0%. All right, so we'll have to start out off the next episode. I'm sorry, the next turn with that land encounter battle. It's fine. Okay, we still have a little bit of money. Let me just double check my settlements, make sure. Yep, looks like we're already building everything that we need to build. Okay, I'm going to refresh my memory here on our objectives. I don't think... We do need to do this one, obviously, but I'll feel better about fighting that when we have a few more Exalted Plague Bearers, probably. And these others are just going to happen over time. Develop a cyclical building through a full life cycle. That should happen pretty soon. Recruit new units. That will happen very soon. Next turn, probably. Or 2 turns from now. In fact, I want to refresh my memory here. So we're actually 3 turns away from getting more Exalted Plague Bearers. Alright, that's fine. And diplomacy-wise, I already talked about Sigvald. We're not particularly strong. That does happen when you play Legendary very hard, though. Your economy just doesn't really... Can't sustain the really powerful armed forces in the early going. We are at war with Malekith, of course, but he's nothing to worry about since he's so far away. Or at least I assume he's nothing to worry about. Hero not moved. We do need to keep moving Yin the Corpulent here. We're moving him down here. I want to try to discover... who did I want to... Oh, I want to discover Tamarkan. So let's stay in the water. There's a good chance that we will discover a fair few number of factions just by sailing down the middle of the bay here. But apparently not yet. Okay. Trying to remember. Tamarkan. So if I think about this, Tamarkan... This is, of course, Throt the Unclean. Got Malachi up here. If we come down this way, is this Grimgore? Pillar of Skulls. This is... I think we're talking about Tamarkan being on the other side. Yeah, Tamarkan's over here. Gallows Tree, Floating Mountain. Kolek is down here. Yeah, this is Tamarkan. So it's going to take us a fair number of turns before we get all the way over there to him. That's fine. Yin is having himself a nice, enjoyable vacation for the time being. I guess I could have done that with a Plague Cultist, except the infections... I've been so desperate to try to get our infections spread that I've spent every little bit of infections on immediately trying to keep our plagues going in our own settlements and spreading to our neighbors. Alright, I think then we're going to go ahead and end our first turn here. Like I said, we'll go ahead and do the land encounter battle at the beginning of the next one. Gives me a chance to have a sip of coffee. It is about 4 a.m. here. It's actually it's not 4 at night, it's 4 in the morning for me. I actually fell asleep and got up super early to record this. That's how committed I am to getting these Warhammer videos out in the morning. Okay, Despicable Rivals here. That's good. That's definitely going to help us out, certainly against Sigvald. And we've got our population surplus. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm, again, assuming... Let me take a look at you first. I'm assuming there's nothing... Okay, we got Plague Bears, but no Exalted Plague Bears to recruit. That's fine. So we're going to go ahead and start here with Epidemius. Nothing special to do. We're losing Winds of Magic, which I don't love. Actually, you know what? Before I do anything, I'm going to do Yin. Keep sailing this way, my dude. Who's to the east of Malachi? I don't really remember. Kislev, maybe? Nope, it's, Oh, that's right, it's Chaos Dwarfs, okay. Fair enough, okay. Did we, Nope, we didn't discover them. Oh well. How strong is Malachi? He's going to be a concern. Godslayer is a little stronger than we are. Malachi is pretty strong, but only has the 2 regions right now. But I would not be surprised if Malachi goes to war with Godslayer or with us pretty soon. Although, he's still got his hands full with Throg. Throg's doing okay, still. Interesting. Okay. Alright. The longer we don't have to worry about our Eastern Front, the more time we can stay focused on the Western Front here. So let's go ahead and do this first. Okay. Yeah, we can certainly fight this. The Greenskins have turned the area around the landmark into their crude encampment, raucously celebrating some recent conquest. Their chests bulge with looted treasures, yet they seem oblivious to their surroundings. Do you take on the unruly mob to seize it all, or wait until they've smashed through most of the spoils and leave behind whatever they consider worthless? We're going to fight the battle. Looks like we outnumber them. They've got some decent units here, but we can certainly win this fight. Decisive victory. He's a level 4 lord. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Actually, let's look at the battlefield. Okay, nothing particularly interesting about this. I was talking to somebody recently, and I feel like battlefields are just a wasted opportunity for CA. They could have created some far more interesting battlefields than what we've got. We are using a fair number of mods that affect battles. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Full list of all of the mods that we're using are in the description. Let's go ahead and get... How am I going to do this exactly? Tell you what we'll do. Let's actually take you like this. U4, U5, we'll put over here. I want 2 Exalted Plague Bearers on the sides, on the ends here. You can be in the back. Epidemius, you can be in the middle. Okay. Start battle. We want to start moving forward here. Like so. And... Okay, you know what we need to do is we need to start running. So let's go ahead and try this again. Let's go ahead and get everybody like this. You two like that. You two over here. Epidemius. Keep going up the middle. Let's try to go ahead and get locked down on these cavalry units of theirs. It's not going to happen. They're going to be faster than our toads are, that's for sure. It's okay, we'll slowly push them back. They're not going to do too much damage to our plague bearers. Let's go ahead and put you all on 3. Locked control group. Everybody charge forward. Pick an enemy and charge forward. Now over here, you guys... I want you to try to avoid the trees right now because of the mods that we're using that do affect... where terrain does affect our the speed at which we can move through difficult terrain. Let's go ahead and get you, Epidemius, up there on him, and you can also go ahead and do this. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's get you forward. And you guys on them. And you over here. They're already broken. That's good. Keep moving forward. You keep moving forward as well. You... I think you're probably fine. Actually, get in on him. Okay, Epidemius, how are you doing here? You stay on him. Okay, right here, we should be winning, I would think. Pretty much up and down the line. Nothing particularly fancy about this battle. Yeah, you guys stay on them, just run them off the map, that's fine. What about... Okay, I guess there are no more flankers. get you moving this way. Let's get you moving this way. Yep, you goes. Okay, I think that's going to probably just about do it. Somebody here took a little bit of damage. It's fine. Epidemius so far is looking just fine. I'd kind of like to get a cast of this, but I have a feeling we're going to run out of enemies before we get to that point. Keep moving forward here. We can go ahead and hit them as well. Just those Goblin Wolf Chariots, and that's because we're so daggone slow. This is the thing about playing Nurgle. Very, very slow indeed. Okay. We're almost to where we can get Fecundity here. You guys go ahead and stay on them. Yeah, it's just their chariot units. Nope, they've got these orc boys down here as well. Epidemius here. Okay, he's shattered. Stay on him, guys. Stay on him, finish him off. There we go. Epidemius, don't really need the heal on you. We'll throw it on this guy. Okay, enemy lord dead. End battle. Don't think there's any reason to keep fighting here except to just let this healing continue. Although it doesn't, I guess this doesn't restore units, does it? I mean, restore models. It just restores health. Okay. In battle. Pretty clean battle overall. Didn't take all that much in the way of casualties. This is what happens when you play at 4 a.m. and you're half asleep and not paying attention. I didn't even notice that he had trolls in that army. Obviously, didn't turn out to be a very big deal. I did notice the Colossal Squig, but I didn't really watch what that Colossal Squig did in the battle. Maybe I'll be able to get some cinematic footage of him, though. All right, let's go ahead and take... We don't really need the money. I think we're going to definitely take the infections. Yep, infections it is. The army looks like it's retreating, but I presume it's going to disappear completely. Victory! With the enemy defeated, their treasures now lie unguarded amidst the wreckage of the battlefield. Among the spoils are gold, rare artifacts, and valuable trinkets, a bounty well worth the risk of battle. Though the struggle was fierce, the victory is yours, and the riches of this encounter will fuel your future conquests. 3,000 favor, 2,000 experience. I'll take it. I like that mod. I think it adds a little bit of depth to the campaign, a little bit of extra randomness, of course. But yeah, it's it's useful occasionally, not overpowered. Let's go ahead and take our skill up here. I think I probably want to work my way towards this. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so wait a minute. I already have this. The Tallyman's Blades upgraded. So this... What's the upgraded? I wish it told me what the upgrade did, because I already can summon a unit of Exalted Plague. Oh, summon units degrade over time, whereas here, they don't degrade over time. Oh, that's huge. Okay, yeah, I like that. And in order to get that, we just need one more of these. So I can do Growth. Yeah, I can do Pox Seedling. That's probably what I'm going to want to do here. Plague Immunity Duration, -1 for all future plagues. Infection cost to create a plague. Okay, that's actually, they're both really good. They are both definitely very good. I'll take that, because we're all about the plagues. And I do have extra magic items here. What I don't have is enough characters. I need more heroes for sure. Okay, so our money situation's looking fine. Epidemius, we're going to move you back over in this direction. The best way to get to Twisted Towers... Looks like it's equidistant whether we go north or south. Looks like we could probably get a little farther, a little closer to his territory by going this way. I'm going to put you in channeling stance. You're getting some replenishment. You do not have the plague on you currently, but we do now have enough infections that we could throw one on you. Alternatively, we could throw another plague up on one of our settlements here. Yeah, we don't have any plagues going over here. This is what we want to do. Okay. So if we get the Tower of Flies infected, maybe we'll start spreading some plagues over in this direction. We can do the military building cycle time, which is where? Military building cycle time. First of all, I guess I could look at what's actually boosted here. The armor. So that's, we're going to want to throw that on an armor. I'm sorry, on an army, not on a settlement. Where's the, there it is. Okay, it's the hourglass. Alright, so if I did this, unfortunately, okay. This one and this one would be good for a settlement, but it looks like no matter what we do, the third one is not going to be very good for the settlement. Okay, I don't love that. Maybe we should just not worry about boosting the cycle time and focus on unlocking the ones we haven't unlocked yet, which would be the Winds of Magic. There's no way I can unlock them both. Vanguard deployment, yeah. Yin mentioned this in the comments. This is a really good one because of how slow Nurgle armies are. That being said, there's a lot of really good ones, so I have not prioritized it yet. I would like... Okay, upkeep. Vanguard deployment. So that's definitely going to be more of an army focus. Casualty replenishment rate. Construction costs. I think maybe we'll wait one turn and we'll do this next turn because that one is definitely worth having. Upkeep this, and I could unlock. All right, Michael, you know what? If you're just going to waste time, then maybe that means this is not the right time to do it. We'll wait a turn. Maybe these guys over here, duration 2 turns. Maybe it'll spread. Now, I just don't want to... I just don't want to let my plagues completely run out. I do want them to start spreading. Let's just check out. Down here... You've got 2 turns remaining on your plague. You are now immune. Two turns remaining there. 2 turns remaining there. Yeah, I'm going to wait a turn. I'll wait a turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and... move our second army, I suppose. So what am I going to do with Vashnar? I'm going to dump the Frolickers Bubonic because I'm not buffing them. I like having the Regiments of Renown for emergency recruiting. I'm not going to recruit any more Nurglings, but what I can do is I could still recruit Plague Bearers of Nurgle. But I'm not going to do it just yet. I can wait a turn for that. So let's go ahead and get you moving up this way. And Vashnar, you as well. You could actually get a little farther. Interesting, okay. We have yet to prepare. I want to keep these 2 armies together for now because I think when it's time to attack the Twisted Towers, we're going to want both of them to be involved in that. Our only, since Sigvald is so much stronger than we are, our only real hope is to is to get like a big stunning victory right away against him. If we have to fight his armies, I want to fight his armies individually with both of ours. Not end up in a situation where we're divided. Okay, so our public order here is fine. I mean, it's very low, but we're getting positives, so that's good. And incidentally, I should probably mention, so we're using the mod by Serb, which does cause disruption every time you conquer a new settlement. It really affects both your public order and your growth. So he's made some adjustments to how that mod works. I believe it's based on distance as opposed to just adjacency. But we'll find out as we continue to play through this campaign and we expand. We'll find out exactly how that mod is going to continue to affect us. We do have an unholy manifestation. Blessing of Nurgle. Chance of a plague spreading 40% in the local province. Okay. I want to do that before we end up losing... Before we end up losing Nurgle being ascendant. However, we're not currently located... Well, it says in the province, right? So, local province, not local region. So I could do it here, and it should still affect Cliff of Beasts. Also, I could move, when I move into his territory... I guess I might as well do it, because I don't know how much longer we're going to stay ascendant. So let's go ahead and throw that on Epidemius. Couldn't hurt. The duration is 3 turns. Okay? Alright. We have research available here. Back to faction. Nurgle Corruption +1. Contagious Horde. Demons Reforged +5%. That we have been absolutely hosed by Demons Reforged. Okay, there we go. I'm glad I didn't do the plague because that cost us 200 infections right there. So that would have precluded us from being able to do this research. Let's go ahead and do our intern, I guess. Let me just check diplomacy again real quickly. Okay, this is actually improving. That's interesting. It's because of the gifts. Yeah, it wasn't exactly a gift, Sigvald. It was a demand. It was extortion. But I'm glad it counts as a gift for purposes of making him think briefly that we are not a threat. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, this is interesting. There's Throg. It doesn't... It looks like he's stronger than this army of Malachi. So let's keep an eye on what's going on over there. Demons Reforged, casualty replenishment rate, very good. Population surplus, okay, this is what we wanted. He did go to war with Norska. Okay. Construction complete, extending tendrils, that's very good. Our money situation still doesn't look particularly good though, does it? 1 turn away from getting more Exalted Plague Bearers. So... we've got no plagues in this province at all, but we are up to 4 here. That's good. I'm liking that. Okay. And no... I'm sorry, just the 1 atrophied bowels right here. We really... I mean, we are absolutely doing everything we can do to spread our plagues, both with our commandments and with our unholy manifestations. And just like with Demons Reforged, we've been very unlucky with that. We've also been very unlucky about our plagues spreading, at least within our own cities. However, we've been, I guess, maybe a little bit fortunate that it has been spreading to enemy cities. So, Epidemius, we're going to move you... I'm actually going to throw you now in ambush stance, because I don't want Sigvald to freak out that we are here. We're going to give him one more turn to move his armies down towards his new enemy of Varg. Speaking of which, how strong is Varg? They're actually stronger than we are, so that's interesting. Okay, we are losing our winds of magic, but it's fine. Vashnar, you as well in ambush stance. Right behind. And one more turn before the one reason why I wanted to stay in our own territory this turn is because I want to recruit some more Exalted Plague Bearers before we leave our own territory. Although we probably don't need them for this next battle. The Noisome Tumor here. If we're not gonna have any plagues here, there's no reason to use that commandment. So instead, we'll switch to the growth and control, I suppose, for one turn at least. This is going to give us 3 more Exalted Plague Bearers, and it's also going to finish the cycle of life. That will be very, very nice indeed. Then we'll recruit, and then we will trespass, but I don't think we're going to be able to reach in one turn to hit the Twisted Towers right away. It's also a walled city, but Epidemius has Siege Breaker, so we should be able to attack it right away. The Cliff of Beasts or the Blighted Grove. I think I'll do the Cliff of Beasts here. We'll go ahead and level you up. And again, if I'm not going to have a plague for another couple turns, I'm going to change you to growth and control as well. We do desperately need to grow all of these provinces. Hero not moved. Yin the Corpulent. Okay, if I move you... Okay, this is, he's getting a little bit far away now. But I do want to still try to find Tamarkan. I think maybe... Let's just go with this. That's very interesting right there. You know, okay, too late. I tried to stop him from landing. It's fine. It's fine. He'll get there eventually. Okay. I could definitely use him in the upcoming war, however. But too late now. Alright, so we've got Locus of Virulence. This is plus 5% chance of plague spreading. That's probably what we're going to want. Foster Cult's Commandment, additional 5 infections per turn. We do need to start spreading some cults, that's for sure. Fever Incubation, minus 5% rush cycle cost, and Plague God's Nursery Commandment, additional 10 growth. That's probably what we're going to want because we're actually using that commandment. Alright. Yeah, we're going to briefly be using it in both of our provinces. Alright. Next turn then we'll actually finish both of these next turn. That'll be nice. Let me take a look here at this quest battle. It is Sands of Sickness. Okay, we have a slight advantage over them right now. I don't know this battle. The reinforcements expected does certainly concern me. So I don't know whether this would be a terrible idea to go ahead and do that or not. We might try it after I recruit some more Exalted Plague Bearers next turn. And Actually, what does that even get me here? That gets me Sands of Sickness. It gets me Diplomatic Relations with Demons of Chaos. Interesting, okay. The ability Sands of Sickness, which is melee damage reflection for 16 seconds. Casualty per replenishment rate, that's definitely good. Wound recovery time, that's hopefully meaningless. And upkeep for Nurgle's units in Lord's Army, that's good. Okay. Because right now, this is definitely our most expensive army, and it will only become more so as we start replacing these Plague Bears, who are 137, with Exalted Plague Bears, which are 215. So almost twice as expensive. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this in turn. No, I'm going to check Diplomacy. We're at Strength rank 93. We're very mediocre right now, but we're working on it. Okay, let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, recruit a Cultist of Nurgle. Sounds good to me. For 16 turns, then we'll have hero action cost minus 25% and action success chance plus 5%. So definitely worth doing. Let's take a look here. I'm trying to remember now. We need this building right here. So we need the Festering Pit. Okay. Well, we'll get there eventually. How many turns do we have to... Okay, we don't have a time limit on it, so that's good. Let's take a look here at Epidemius. Yeah, you cannot reach in one turn. Almost, but not quite. That's unfortunate. Alright, so what we need to do, we do have... Let me switch to you for a moment. We do now have 3 Exalted Plague Bears that we can recruit. I don't have enough infections to be able to throw the Plague on him, which increases the recruitment health. So we're just going to take 3 Exalted Plague Bears out of Epidemius' army. You 3, that's fine. We're going to put them in Vashnar's army. And then Epidemius, you are going to go ahead and recruit 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have finished this. Why did we not get the mission successful for the Cycle of Life? We should have. Great Icon of Despair, leadership, permanent leadership debuff around a unit, so that's good. We did get another 75 infections, okay. Alright, we got no plagues spreading, unfortunately. Alright, our, classify and tabulate. We can throw a plague on Epidemius now if we want to. Probably not a bad idea. We could do the armor and upkeep. Wins of Magic Power Reserve plus 5 per turn. Casualty replenishment rate. Recruitment health. It's too late for that. If I do this, missile resistance, that could be good. And casualty replenishment rate, or... Okay, yeah, casualty replenishment rate. I think that's what we're going to want to do here. Armor, missile resistance, casualty replenishment rate. Infect. Okay. Still not super impressive with our casualty replenishment rate, but that's going to happen when you use a mod that cuts everything in half. Okay. So now, do we want to with this army? Do we want to take a look at fighting the Sands of Sickness We're looking better here. I'm pretty tempted to do this. This would be a nice to have. Let me take a save here. While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and move yen. I wish I could remember exactly where Tamarkan is, but it's fine. Okay, we just encountered... Is that Kolek? That's Kolek, right? If I take a look here... Warriors of Chaos. Heralds of Core. No. Okay. It's Arball. Interesting. Okay, Arball. Boy, he is looking pretty daggone strong here. And he does not like us. Alright. But he's also currently at war with Kislev, and Wood Elves. Okay. Yeah, kind of forgot about Arball. I need to play Arball. I've never played him. Okay. So, back over to you guys. Let's do it. Oh, I was going to say, what? Why didn't I get a message that the plague spread? And it's because the plague isn't here. It's now immune and cannot be infected. Okay. And over here, we're still multiple turns away. I would love to know why the cycle of life... We didn't get a completion on that. Develop a cyclical building through its full life cycle. We have now... Oh, no, we need it. It needs to wait. It needs to complete, which means we need to wait 3 more turns for that. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. All right, I think then let's go ahead and do Epidemius. Let's do Sands of Sickness. Let me read this out. It is the duty of the 7 Proctors of Pestilence to respond vehemently to Nurgle's whims, demanding close observation of specific diseases and prognoses to ensure every detail is recorded in ink. No location is off limits for such a preeminent task, not even Ulthuan itself. At the gates of the White Tower of Hoeth, a plague-stricken high elf host awaits the arrival of a meddling prophetess of Bretonnia intent on purifying the Assur of their glorious pestilence. Epidemius cannot allow this outcome. The diseased high elves must die, and more than that, their deaths must be observed in proximity before being prevented by the Bretonians' cure. So that means we're not only going to have to fight these high elves, we're also going to have to fight the Bretonians. Right now, the Twisted Towers is not being defended by an army. I cannot see exactly what that garrison is, however. I'm a little concerned if I fight the quest battle that I'm going to be too weak to take it. Because it being a walled city battle, it's going to be pretty challenging anyway. I think the priority has got to be to take out Sigvald. And he's already having some success over here against Varg. Okay. Yeah. And Varg is not long for this world, unfortunately. Okay, Varg is probably going to end up becoming his vassal. Alright, so... yeah, I'm not going to fight the quest battle just yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the invasion of... the invasion of Sigvald's territory here. We should be able to reach next turn. You... not super worried about the infections with you, so you are going to go into raiding stance here.
We have moved enough.
Okay. Factions encountered. Okay. Yeah. Alright, trespasses. Now I should be able to see that garrison. That garrison is strong, but it's not prohibitively strong. As long as he doesn't move an army into it, I think we'll be okay. I am actually not going to raid just because I don't want to run the risk that he declares war on us and moves an army back this way. So we'll just leave you now in encampment stance. It's a little bit less likely that he will turn on us. We're down to only a single plague affecting our enemies. I hope that that stays for next turn as well. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out. Okay, nothing to do. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, I did not get to see what... Okay, there's a battle right there, but we didn't see who won. We'll have to look at the diplomacy screen to see the relative faction strength, to see who's winning between Throg and Malachi. My money's on Malachi, but it's a little hard to tell right now. Army receives plague. Vashnar Soulflayer, really? Okay. Sure, we'll take it, for sure. Nemesis Crowd, another vision. Okay, that's obviously not going to affect us. Construction complete. Take a save here while I'm thinking about it. So, Epidemius. Okay, right here. Twisted Towers. Undefended by an army. We're going to hit that with both of these. Probably going to fight that battle in the next episode now because I want to take my time on it. We're a little bit under time. I don't know. I'll think about it. So let's go ahead and boost this. And BlackRock, I would like to get more infections. I would like to get more growth. But I almost want, and I would also like to get, oh, that's too good to pass up. 200 per turn. But I also do want to get this building built for the to be able to recruit the cultist and the exalted hero. So let me see here. If I build, yeah, I could build this in every minor settlement as well. Have I really not? I've not built that in a single minor settlement. Interesting. Well, we're going to need to do that. Bilious Cliffs. I think there's no reason to not go ahead and get you leveling. And we probably will definitely want to build this in Bilious Cliffs, because it being on the water, it's definitely very vulnerable. In fact, it might be the most vulnerable settlement that we've got right now. So definitely that's a good place for us to build the garrison building. And then once we do, we can recruit the cultist. Probably more of a priority to do that there than it is to do it here at BlackRock. So BlackRock, I'm going to go ahead and do this because our economy is still a high priority. All right, so if I go to Varg here, and I say, Varg, how much money would you give us to join the war against Sigvald? Your answer is 7,669. There we go. Consider it done. We are now at war with Sigvald. We just got back the money that that we gave to Sigvald to buy ourselves a little bit of time where he didn't declare war on us. So, we're going to go ahead and lay siege. Close victory currently. But, We got a second army to bring in. And you guys are definitely going to help in this battle. So let's take a look at this. Save the game. Take a look at the layout here. Okay. Lots of different directions that we can hit from. I think this will be a good one to start out the next episode with. So we'll do that. That makes this episode a little bit shorter, but you know what? It's 4:30 in the morning here. I think I could probably get away with a shorter episode. Let's maybe... Yeah, I'm gonna do this at the beginning of the next episode, but looks good. We got everything. I mean, we don't have a fully replenished army, but we're in pretty good shape, and we do have a plague on both of our armies. That's good. There's no defending army, just the garrison. That's good. So I feel pretty good about that battle. It is unfortunate that our units are so slow. That does impact us trying to attack a walled city, but it's fine. That'll be a nice win for us if we can take that from Sigvald. That will definitely weaken him. It's probably his only capital. Or certainly, I mean, I should say his only Dark Fortress. I can't see what else he's got. Actually, he does have something down here. Fortress of the Damned. That's not good. He's got two Dark Fortresses. Okay, well, this is not going to weaken him nearly as much as I was hoping, but it's fine. It had to be done. It was only a matter of time before we were going to have to go to war with him, so... We will, let's go ahead and move you in while I'm thinking about it. Okay, who is that? Somebody that we've already encountered. I like these banners. Okay. So this is... Okay, so that's Archaon, and this is Kolek. So, are they at war with one another? No, that's not Kolek. I'm sorry, it's Arbal. No, they're both at war with Boris. Yep, both at war with Boris. Okay. Very interesting. All right, well, anyway, yeah, so we'll pick up here at the beginning of the next episode with a major battle. We are now moving on to our third really significant war. It's going to be an interesting one because Sigvald currently is way stronger than we are. We're also at war... We were already at war with them. Okay, I didn't realize... yeah, it's because Sigvald has two different Norscan vassals. Okay, so that's certainly a consideration here. We're going to have to worry about the fact that we're not only at war with Sigvald, but we're also at war with these two Norscan factions. One of them is weaker than we are. One of them is actually stronger than we are, so we definitely need to be careful about that. All right, well, it is what it is. If we end up losing Cliff of Beasts, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I'd rather not. So after we take the Twisted Towers, assuming we do, I may need to run an army back over here to help defend Cliff of Beasts. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All of that's going to have to wait until next episode. This is unfortunate. We no longer have any foreign plagues going. All right, well, it is what it is. We'll have to live without it for the time being. All right, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I will see you all in the next episode.